Welcome to Q&A with Doctors A and J, brought to you by Alterman and Johnson Family Chiropractors.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Franca Alterman with Alterman and Johnson Family Chiropractors. In today's episode of Q&A with Doctors A and J, we have Rosemarie Allen. Hello, Rosemarie. How are you?
Hi, I am fine. Thank you, Dr. Alterman.
I'm so happy that you agreed to have this interview with us. And I'm going to just give a little bit of information about you before we actually move into our interview. So Rosemarie is an acupuncture physician. She is also a physical therapy assistant, a massage therapist, and a certified health coach. She is the owner of A Balanced You Acupuncture and Wellness Center here in Jacksonville. And Rosemarie, tell us a little bit about how you ended up in Jacksonville, coming all the way from Jamaica.
I lived in Miami for a while, and then I actually did my physical therapy in Miami and got a job here in Jacksonville, and that's how I ended up here in Jacksonville. At that time, I had no acupuncture experience. I actually did acupuncture after living in Jacksonville. I went to Florida College of Integrative Medicine, Orlando, Florida, and did my course there while living in Jacksonville. So I had to travel back and forth to school. So
Wow.
I did it there. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
And
excellent.
I did my massage therapy here as well too.
Okay. And so now you practice acupuncture, and are you still doing physical therapy, assisting and massaging?
Yes, I actually do work with a home health company.
Okay.
And I do, but since COVID-19, everything has been shut down for myself, to my business and the other places that I work. So everything has been shut down. So this is a great time for this interview. I have a lot of time on my hand.
That's great. Well,
Yeah.
there are a couple of topics that we're gonna cover, and the first topic is something that really interested me when I saw you posted on one of your pages, and it's about relieving stress through acupuncture points that people can actually do themselves at home, and you call those acupressure because there's not going to be any needles. And so I want to ask you if you could tell us a little bit more about that and actually show us how to do it so that people that are at home, shelter in place because of COVID-19 and feeling a little bit of stress and anxiety about what's going on, that they can benefit from this.
Sure. And that was my main reason for doing this, for the same exact reason as well too, because of COVID-19 and its effect on everybody. Now, the reason why I chose to do the acupressure, this is something that you can do on yourself from home. Usually when we're working in the office, we use the needles, acupuncture, so we're putting needles on the point. But with this now, we're teaching you how to use the same acupuncture points by applying acupressure to these points, which is going to help some. It's not as effective as using the needles, that I say, but you get some benefits from it. And I say a little bit is better than nothing. So yeah. So acupuncture really came from the traditional Chinese medicine perspective. I'm not sure how many people know of acupuncture or know where it started, but I'm just going to give you a basic history on acupuncture. It's been around for over 7,000 years. Different people say different things, but I know it's been several thousand years. And what they found out, and it was actually discovered by Chinese. So back in the day, what they've discovered is that we actually have an energetic system in our body that's outside of the blood and everything. The blood circulation, the nerve circulation is actually a separate system. How they found this out, I have no idea, but I'm so happy they did. So what happens is they found out that with this system now, the blood actually works hand in hand with the chi, which is called the life force. So that's what, when we do acupuncture and we use the needles, we're actually innervating the life force, which is the chi. Now, in order for me to explain what the chi is, I'm going to use a simple thing as if you have a toaster and you plug it in the wall to toast a slice of bread, right? When there's electricity, it goes right to the toaster. You can get your slice of toast, no problem. But if there's no electricity, you plug the toaster in, you won't be getting toast. Because that energy, that chi, is not able to come into the toaster. And another good example is actually taking a look at the wind outside. The wind is an external type of chi, because what happens with that, you cannot see it, just like you can't see the chi internally. But you can feel the effects of the chi on your skin, and you can see the trees waving in the wind, and that's how you know that we have wind, right? So
That's
it's
right.
similar to it's similar to the acupuncture, the chi on the inside. Now, a good analogy also is how diseases create blockage in the system. So that's what happens now. The chi runs, and it takes energy all over the body. Like I say, without the chi and the blood forced together, we can't get the blood and the nourishment and the oxygen that it needs to go wherever it needs to go in order to help our system. So when there's a problem in the system, say for instance, we have emotional issues, trauma, physical or emotional, regardless of what it is, it creates an imbalance in the system, which affects the chi flow, the flow of chi. So now you can't get that smooth flow anymore. What happens is now it creates a blockage, and that's what they call chi and blood stagnation. Because wherever the chi goes, the blood goes. The blood cannot work. They're codependent on each other. They can't work one without the other. If there's no chi, there's no blood, because the chi is what takes the blood through the system, along with the heart pushing it through.
Okay.
So that's basically it. So now the meridians are all over the body. In order to access the energy system, you have to find the acupuncture points. The acupuncture points are similar to like gateways into a system, where once you know where the gateway is, you can access the energy. That's what we go to school to learn about, this massive massive energy system and how to access the energy. Now, each acupuncture points actually have different indications for different issues, and some of them have more. So some of the points that I'm going to talk about today, they can do other things, but it's actually related to the different issues that we're going to be having. Then I'm going to focus mainly on those, but they also have other indications as well. But I'm just focusing on the one for stress, or if we're going to do one on immune support, I'm just going to focus on those.
Okay, perfect.
So basically, that's the history of acupuncture in a nutshell.
Very good. So now can you actually show us those points and how to stimulate them? Or is it that, are we stimulating them?
Yes, you're stimulating them by applying pressure. So I have my little assistant right here. I call him Mr. Acu Guy, and he's going to be my assistant. And I actually have the points already pre-placed on him. And there's several different points here. And I'm just using these points. Oh, actually, I didn't put one on the stomach point, and I wanted to show you that as well. So let me mark that one, because it will be easier for me to mark it on my Acu Guy as well, so you can see better. Okay, so now we're ready. So the first point is what we call yin tong. And I don't know if you can see this guy very well, but you can see all those lines that's running on him, on this little statue.
We can see
These
it
are
perfectly.
all acupuncture points.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, okay. Right. And so the little dots that I put on, these are all the dots you see on there are actually the gateway, what I talked about, how you access them, right? So I just put the little stickers on them to emphasize what points we're going to be talking about. So the first one is yin tong, and this point works on calming the system down. It helps with headaches. It helps with headaches, and it helps with insomnia, and helps to calm the system down. So if you have any issues, that point is located right between the eyebrows. So you can just put your finger there. And I would recommend probably about 30 seconds that you do it. And it's moderate pressure. You can feel it, but it's not painful pressure. So you just have to push enough so you can feel it. And I didn't want to block my face, but this would probably be the best way to do it this way.
Okay.
Because it feels better this way. I did it this way because I just didn't want to block my face since I'm talking.
So
right?
do you actually move the finger around, or you just hold the
in
pressure?
circles, or you can press in and hold and take it off. Press in, like depress the point, hold it, and then remove it.
Okay.
So and then I suggest that you do it about 30 seconds and do maybe 2 or 3 sets. Because since you're doing acupressure and not really using the needles, then you have to do it a little bit longer than if we actually, when we put the needles in, it stays longer than the time that we're using, but then you're just laying there and all those needles are getting stimulated together. But because you're doing them one at a time, I'd suggest you do 30 seconds, then go through the whole system and then come back and do 30 seconds again. And you can do it twice a day. Because if we're home and we're not working, we can do it twice a day, right?
Okay, yes.
All right, so that's number one. That's called yin tong. Now, since we're doing the one for stress first, the workshop now for stress, so I'm focusing mainly on stress. These two here on the shoulder, which I'll hold this over so you can see the green ones,
Yeah.
those are called, they're on the gallbladder points. Now, the gallbladder and liver, it's an amazing portion of the body, because when our body's under a lot of stress, these are the energy system that gets very heightened. So when you get stress and tightness in your shoulder and your neck,
Yeah.
it's from the gallbladder meridians, because see how it runs up there and it zigzags all over in the head, and it comes all the way and ends at your little toe.
Okay.
So this is a massive, they're all very massive. They travel all the way up the side and comes up the shoulder and zigzags around the head several times, okay? So that one is the gallbladder, this is GB21, we call that. And this one you could locate right on the highest point of your shoulder, and you could actually feel it. So like where your bra would be, it would be like right on the inside of the bra.
Okay.
On the inside, yeah, of where your bra strap would. And just push back just a tiny bit, like you're sliding your finger to the back a little bit, and you'll feel a sensitivity. Do you feel it?
Yes, I feel it right here.
Yeah, it's really sensitive. I feel mine as well too. So that one is for stress. Now, there's a contraindication on this point if you're pregnant. And I know you have a lot of people in your group that are pregnant. So these 2 points are contraindicated. We only use this point when someone is pregnant if we're trying to help them to deliver, to have the baby.
Oh, okay.
So these 2 points are contraindicated. So I went ahead and do these, which is on the same meridian, but a little bit on the base of the head. And these are on 1 point above the ones that you would have done on a regular basis.
Okay.
So this one is called GB21. So it's right up on the base of the head where that bone is. When you just put your finger up a little bit. So it's like right where this is, it's like just above the base of the skull.
Yeah.
And when you feel it, it feels really good. You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling mine right now. See, I'm holding mine.
With your thumb. Okay.
With my thumb, yeah. And you can feel it. It feels really good and it's very relaxing. If you apply pressure to this, it actually helps to release all these areas in the neck, because that's where we hold a lot of our stress and tension is in the neck muscles.
Excellent.
So these are number GB20 and 21. And remember, 21 are the ones that are contraindicated. If you're pregnant or if you think you may be pregnant, you don't want to use those points. You use these instead.
Okay.
GB20. Okay.
Go ahead.
So the next point that I'm going to cover is called Pericardium 6. And this one helps a lot when you're under a lot of stress as well too. And it's on the inside of the wrist, about right here. It's in between 2 tendons. So if you it's like 2 thumbs, and then you come over, and if you put your finger right in here, there's a 2 tendons, and it's right in the middle of the tendon. You will feel it. Yeah. Because these points are really sensitive. Yeah. So if you can slide, yeah, it's located right in between 2 tendons. So like these are the 2 tendons, it's located in the middle like that. Yeah. Okay. So that's on the pericardium point. This point is really good also for if you're having any kind of nausea. So like for morning sickness, or any kind of depression, or anything that has to do with your mind, this point helps a lot with the pericardium 6 point. Okay. Okay. And then this one, large intestine 4, this is right on the web of the hand, right here where the thumb lies, but you come over a little bit. So right where my thumb is, where the crease is, you come over to the index finger, kind of, sort of, and you will feel it. They're very sensitive. I'm feeling mine right now.
Yeah, I feel mine.
This is another powerful point, and also a contraindicated point if you're pregnant. So you use this a lot for headaches, for sinus congestion, to calm the system and to balance your whole body's energy. Okay. So we can use that for that one. And for the women, if they're pregnant, I would suggest them not use this one, but use this one, large intestine 11. And that's right on the elbow. If you should do your elbow like this, it's right on the outside of the elbow. Let me tilt this so you can see a little bit better. It's right on the outside of the elbow, like right here. And when you put your finger there, you can feel it.
Oh, that is sensitive.
Yeah, you feel that? Very sensitive. So that's another point that you can use instead of the earlier one on the large intestine one. And
If they're
then
pregnant.
the last one I'm going to go over is the liver 3. It's the one on the bottom, because I have, actually, let me do stomach 36 as well. Stomach 36 is another powerful point, and it's right below the knee. And if you put your, say for instance, this is your knee, and you put your hand like that by the knee, right where your little finger ends, you shift it over to the shin bone, and it's right next to the shin bone. And you definitely will feel it when you press it there.
Yes.
So that's the stomach meridian. The stomach meridian is another huge meridian. It travels all the way from the foot to your face. So you can take the, in Chinese medicine, when we're working, we can fix someone's headache by treating the point on the feet to fix the headache on the top. So this is how amazing this works. So these are really good points. So the stomach point is there, and that's the one that we work with. And this really helps with improving your digestive system. It helps with your circulation of your qi. It helps to strengthen the qi and the blood, and it helps with supporting immunity and your lung. The stomach point right here.
Wow.
Right, so it does a lot. So every time when I do a treatment, I always do these points, the ones on the hands and the foot, and I always do the stomach point because of how important it is for our whole system.
Yeah.
And then the last one I'm going to cover is the liver point. And the liver point is located, if you could see the foot of the little guy right here, it's right in the web of where both toes are. Where the big toe and the second toe, kind of similar to the ones here.
Right.
Yeah, so it's in a similar place on the foot, but just up a little bit, because there's one right closer to the web space, but up a little bit higher is liver 3. They're on the same meridian, but the liver 3 is a little bit more powerful than the one right in front. And when you feel these points, you will know that you're on those points. So basically, those are only the ones that I'm going to work on today with regards to the stress management.
Okay, excellent. I'm so glad that you specified which ones are able to be used by pregnant women and which ones are not, because I think a lot of pregnant moms are going to be watching this because they are the people that are listening to our videos and watching them. So very, very important that they pay attention to which points they should not use. So if you go over that, it would be the ones right up here.
Yes,
Pregnant
the one right on top of the shoulder is the one that you would try to avoid. Sorry, the one right here is the one you try to avoid. And this is right on the top of the shoulder, right just in between where your bra line would line on the inside, closer to your neck, on that side of where your bra would be. And once you get there, then you just slide your finger over just slightly to the back, and you will definitely feel it when you're on it. And then the next one would be this one, the large intestine 4 point. This one right here is another one that you wouldn't want to use, but you'd use this one. And the one here that you don't want to use, you'd use this one, the ones in the base of your neck.
Perfect. That is so awesome.
You're very welcome.
Well,
so that is where we are. And we treat a lot of our pregnant women as well too, for morning sickness and anxiety and stress and any kind of hormone problems. And we help them also with, when it comes to time for them to have their baby, and help to support the pregnancy as well.
That is so good to know. And I'm so happy that I got to meet you, and that now I know that you are in my radar, because it's awesome to have so many people that are really accessible and involved in our birth community. And you are now one more person that is going to be in our circle.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So this is the end of our stress relief through acupuncture or acupressure, self-acupressure with Rosemarie. And we want to thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye and then jump onto our next video, which is also going to be with Rosemarie. And stay tuned for that one. See you later.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.